New Zealand 71-3 Namibia, All Blacks run in 11 tries but Ethan de Groot sent off. New Zealand stormed to their 50th win at the Rugby World Cup, running in 11 tries to thrash Namibia, but lost Ethan de Groot to a late red card for a dangerous collision. De Groot was given a yellow card for a high tackle on Adriaan Booysen inside the final 10 minutes, with a bunker review upgrading it to a red. The All Blacks had recorded a bonus point fourth try inside 25 minutes. They led 38-3 at halftime as Damien McKenzie and Roigard crossed twice. English referee Luke Pearce had initially given Prop de Groot a yellow card after his shoulder caught the head of replacement Booysen in a lazy tackle. But with no mitigation, his call was soon upgraded. "We will have a look at it, there was a lot of shoulder on shoulder in that contact," New Zealand head coach Ian Foster told BBC Radio 5 Live. "We will compare it to something that happened yesterday and see what comes from it." On Thursday, France's Romain Théo-Fenua avoided a red card for a high tackle, raising more questions about inconsistent decisions from officials at the Rugby World Cup. Borthwick questions World Rugby high hits approach. Ethan de Groot runs to the sin bin. Ethan de Groot is the first New Zealand player to see red during a World Cup match. All Blacks end losing streak with dominant display. New Zealand were on a two-match losing streak, having lost 35-7 to South Africa in a warm-up test and seen their 31-match perfect record in World Cup pool stages come to an end against France 7 days ago. They made 9 changes for their fixture in Toulouse and, as the rain hammered down, started fast with Roigard crossing inside 90 seconds. The halfback added his second 5 minutes before McKenzie went under the posts in the 20th minute and Lester Fainga'anuku rode 2 tackles to score his side's fourth. McKenzie continued to dictate play and deservedly crossed for a second time before Leonard Brown added a 6th try just before the break. "We tried to establish ourselves up front and we got that dominance pretty early, which was key to the game," added Foster. "It allowed us to pick and choose how we played after that, but obviously we are delighted with the result and it is a step forward." Namibia tired in the second half, allowing de Groot, Dalton Papali'i and David Havili to add tries before the hour mark. Winger Caleb Clark dived over in the 67th for try number 10, and, after being reduced to 14 players, the 3-time winners continued to dominate as Rico Ione went over in the closing stages. New Zealand's win lifts them to second in Pool A. After a week off, they face Italy in their next match on September 29. It was a significant night for second-row Sam Whitelock, who made his 148th New Zealand appearance to join Richie McCaw as the All Blacks' most-capped player. Rugby World Cup fixtures, pools and BBC coverage. Subscribe to the Rugby Union Daily Podcast. Brave Namibia's night clouded by Mallon injury. Luru Mallon leaves the field with a serious-looking knee injury in the first half. Luru Mallon left the field with a serious-looking knee injury in the first half. Namibia, who lost 52-8 to Italy in their opener, have never won a match at a World Cup, losing 23 times since their debut in 1999. Taiwan Swanepoel reduced their deficit to 12-3 in the opening 11 minutes with an assured penalty kick. But the underdogs struggled in attack and a historic second-ever World Cup try against the All Blacks, having scored one in a loss in 2015, never looked likely. They face France in their next match in 6 days' time before taking on Uruguay in their final Pool A fixture. "We were up against a classy All Blacks side and with the pace they play it was quite tough for our boys," said Namibia head coach Alistair Coetzee. "We have got France next and our World Cup is about our last game, against Uruguay. We have to do better at set piece and we have to get better at looking after the ball." The African side are likely to play the rest of the tournament without centre Luru Mallon, who was carried off in the first half with a serious ankle injury. Play was stopped for 7 minutes before Mallon left the field to applause from both sets of players and supporters inside Stadium de Toulouse.